and met Negan. And they've always met outside their area with, what's his face? I can't think of his offhand right now. He's never, as far as I know, he's never even seen Negan that I'm aware of. And I think he said that they've only met with that come there. I don't think he's even spoken to Negan, ever seen him.
Well, as far as the TV show goes, no. But they haven't gotten to a backstory on how Negan's camp and King Zeke's camp started making their deals, trading. So they haven't had a backstory, so that they haven't showed where King Zeke and Negan, if they have ever met or anything like that.
Right. I thought he said that, so as far as I'm aware of, they haven't met. So.
And if you go back and you listen to the previews for next week, for the season finale, he says we're going to solve a problem, not to fight a battle.
Right.
It didn't sound like he was going to... It didn't sound like he was going to war, like with
there.
It's going to eventually happen like that, but if you just go back and listen to the previews, that's why I wanted to bring it up real quick. It sounded like he was going to go have a conference with Negan directly before all this happens.
No, I don't think so, but you could be right. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just saying that if you get a chance to listen to the preview on that, see if you feel the same way I did on it, because I didn't feel like, and that's why I think it looked like Morgan was like at a crossroads.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Because he doesn't want to, but I think he knows they're going to have to eventually. There's no way he can avoid it unless he goes into hiding and nobody sees him. I don't know. That's another thing we're going to have to figure. I think he's going to end up going. He's going to have to. I don't think he's, like I said, unless he's going to go hide in the woods somewhere, he's going to be a part of it, whether he likes it or not. Some way or another, he's going to be.
Wow, it's a lot to think about. So as far right now where we're at, what do you next week? It's the season finale. I know it's probably. I think it's an hour and a half. What direction do you see? We're not going to get obviously we're not going to get the battle this at the end of the season. I know, that's why I said we're going to go through withdrawals. We know we got to face it.
Yes.
We have to face it just like that. And how do you see it getting? Because it is going to get started.
Yeah.
So how do you see it getting started?
Well, I see all of them getting together. I think the Kingdom's going to go over to Hilltop. I think they're all going to get together. And then they have to go to talk to Jadis yet. So, give the other guns, and we'll see what happens from there. But I think they're all going to get together and start making final plans for this.
So do you think that you're saying that King Zeke is going to go over to Rick and start making the plans, or how do you see that playing out?
From the Kingdom, they're going to go over to Hilltop.
Okay.
Or,
Or to Alexandria? Yeah,
Alexandria.
Okay.
And I think, anybody from Hilltop, they're going to go to, and they're all going to meet up in Alexandria and start laying their plans out. Exactly what they're going, how they're going to do it. Because he's going to meet with Jadis again. So, that'll happen next week, and, she's going to hold her to her promise. So, I think that all of a sudden we're going to see how many people are there. I think we're finally going to see all these groups together, and they're going to start making their plans. Negan, I don't know, and Sasha, we got to wrap that up maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that'll end next week, but as far as I've read, and this was from gimbal, there's going to be a cliffhanger. Not as bad as season 6, but there is going to be a cliffhanger. What it is, we'll have to wait and see.
Reading some more of that Scott Gimple newsletter or whatever he puts out, it did say that season 8 was pretty much the whole season was going to be a battle. Did you read that part?
That's going to be all-out war. Yeah.
So basically, we're going into the season of war. Basically, is we're looking just a little forward into season 8. So you're live on KBLP with Ike Diaz and Denise Harris with TWD. It's been awesome. We've had a great time with you guys, and thank you for all our listeners. We have a special season finale next week. We do part 1 and part 2 of TWD for the season finale, so make sure you tune in. We have a lot to get into because next week, was it an hour and a half or is it a 2-hour TV show?
I think it's an hour and a half, maybe a little longer. Okay. It's going to be great.
Okay, so, do you have any last things to say before we get into next week?
Don't think so. Just thank you all for listening in. Appreciate it. And what do you think is going to happen? You didn't give your opinion, your prediction.
I think that King Zeke is going to talk to Negan. I don't think he's going to talk to Rick first.
Really?
That's my prediction. Because, like I said, we haven't got the backstory on that.
Yeah,
and
good point.
Listening to the commercial, that's what it sounded like to me. Instead of, it didn't sound like he was going directly to war, which it looked like. It sounded like he was going to have a conversation before the war.
Interesting. You could be right. Could be right.
So that's my prediction on next week.
Awesome.
And then coming back and seeing what happens from there. So we had some great trivia. If you could write that in the chat too. I don't know if I haven't been back to the chat, so hopefully nobody joined in and I didn't reply to them because I'm gonna jump back in now in a second and hopefully we have some chatters in the chat. I seen that there's a lot of likes on there, but I don't see a lot of. We'll see what happens. But once again, KBLP, Ike Diaz, Denise Harris. Thank you to all the TWD podcast listeners. One more week of TWD, and then we're off to Fear is on. So make sure
we're going to have a support group meeting.
I'm serious. It happens every season, and I go through it bad. It's
Walkers Anonymous.
It's like when the football season's over. Do you remember how bad I was if the football season was done?
I was too. It's like you're so deflated. It's like, now what?
I didn't even want to go on the air. Do you remember? I was like, I don't even want to do a football show. I don't even do any kind of sports.
I've been watching all the reruns all summer long.
I know, it's crazy. There's a lot of off-season stuff going on with sports right now too. We actually have enough information to do sports weekly for football, but you probably should to keep everybody up to date on the trades and who's getting who, and you probably that would be good to keep everybody up to date. When football season's not here, I'm just like in a slump. When it comes to sports. Horrible. Yeah. I'm thinking about getting into hockey to watch that. That's pretty. We were really big hockey fans when the Avalanche came out here. I haven't watched hockey for a couple of years, but when the Avalanche came out here and we were winning Stanley Cups and all that, it was pretty fun. Everybody was upset because the Avalanche got here and they won the championship in the first year. Well, good for them. I know, so it was pretty crazy. I was into baseball a long time ago. Now it's just like, whatever. So, there's a law between the no football and no Walking Dead. I'm really going to be in trouble here. So, TWD. Come on, August.
Come on, August.
August for football and October for TWD.
Yeah.
Let's not think about it. Let's next week. Let's not even talk. No, I'm just joking. That's all we're going to talk about. We're gonna be crying. Denise, Denise, help me, Denise.
I know we're going to have Walkers Anonymous or something here.
I know. That's what we'll probably have to do. I don't know. It's a lot to think about. But I am really excited for Fear. I know a lot of people are trying to get back on board, but I thought it was awesome from the beginning. I think there was one bad episode in all of Fear so far. And besides that, I think all the episodes were good. Personally, it's my opinion, though. But I think that they were all pretty awesome.
Well, I promise I will try again when it comes back on.
That's awesome.
We'll see what happens. So I hope I do. Yeah. I really do.
So I just want to say good night to all our listeners. I know we're going to have a lot over the week and till the next episode, the next TWD podcast. But thank you very much. Thank you, Denise. It was awesome tonight. We always do. It's always fun when we have our podcast. And make sure you check out Denise. I was going to recap it's already time to go, but I was going to recap the week. But tomorrow night is Denise Harris with the Book Corner, so make sure you check that out. It is an awesome podcast. Do you give out your weekly books?
I'm going to do horror tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, horror. You did tell us. Horror. So make sure you check it out. It's going to be awesome. I'm hoping to get home in time so I can listen to it from the beginning, so I don't have to listen later. But check out Denise Harris tomorrow night. It's going to be awesome with the Book Corner. And we will see you next Tuesday, guys. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Yes, have a great night. Thank you, everybody.